why things are happening the way they are in our world. It's that we are omitting our belief systems, which create and give emotion, right? If you guys sense my energy right now, my belief system is I want to help you. I want to serve you. I want you to feel empowered. I want you to feel hope. And I want you to stop getting beat down by life and I get ahead of it. I want you to win. Have you ever been around people that just have really strong presence? They have a very strong aura, a very strong energy or spirit within them. Maybe you've seen someone that's kind of lit up a room and you just emotionally, you gravitate towards them and you're like, I really want to be around that person. You're drawn to them. Or maybe the exact opposite. Have you ever seen or met somebody who you don't even know them? You don't know their name really. They're maybe at a party or something, a gathering, and you just don't want to be around them at all. And you get this sense from them that you just want to reject them, that you want to push them away, that you're like, I just don't want anything to do with you. Okay, so peeling back the curtain behind what that is and what's going on when you are with people and you're either drawn to them or you want to repel them is their own energy. It's there, and again, this isn't like New Age, so don't make it weird. I'm going to use a lot of words here that just hold weight and meaning for me, so I want to say it in a bunch of different ways that you understand. It's their aura, it's their presence, it's their belief systems in action. Because if I were to have this belief system that's like, I'm not wanted, I'm not lovable, I'm not good enough as I am, nobody likes me, believe it or not, I'm not going to be coming with this energy that I'm coming to you now. I'm going to start coming with different energy, and I'm actually going to omit this aura around me, this, again, spirit, this energy field, whatever you want to call it, of rejection. And so I am actually going to attract rejection towards me. And I want this to help you right now because so many times in our life, we wonder why bad things happen. Specifically to us or specifically other people. You're like, this kind of crap, why does this always happen to me? Why does crap always hit the fan with me now? You know, why is just when things are getting good, then it always goes back downhill. And that right there is probably a prover, right? When life is going good, I get scared, it's going to go bad. That's a prover. So then what happens on the other side of our provers is we actually invite those experiences towards us, whether positive or negative. But again, we're here, it's because of the negative ones. And so what I want us to see is that we invite negativity in our life. We invite negative experiences, negative circumstance, negative people, negative moments and events to us over and over and over by the energy that we omit. You reap that which you have been sowing. It comes to you over and over and over again. So again, if you are seeking rejection as a prover, you are going to find it, and you're actually going to bring people to you that take advantage of you. Now, this is a really interesting thing. This is from a coach or mentor of mine that really poured into my life, and she takes ownership and responsibility to a whole other level. But I want you to understand how powerful this concept is here with God, okay? Because the way that it was explained to me, and it makes so much sense, is that if you see people that just get taken advantage of over and over and over again, it's not because woe is them, they're just down on their luck, you know, people just need to be nicer. It's because of their internal belief systems that attract trash over and over. If you think that you are garbage, you will attract garbage. If you believe that men are abusive and that they take advantage of you, then you are actually going to attract and invite in abusive men that take advantage of you over and over. Even though it's not the thing you want, it's the thing that keeps you safe and the thing that keeps you familiar. It keeps you in a sense of familiarity because it's all that which you know. And so there's these stories of like what makes children, for example, be abducted or get kidnapped, or when they're at a playground, it's like, why do people that are predators that want to kidnap kids, how do they know which kid to kidnap? I'll tell you what, they wouldn't ever grab my kid. Why? Because he's loud, he's got big energy, and he'd say anything. The moment he sees something, he starts calling it out. The reason why is because he's got self-esteem and he's got confidence. So what they end up doing, and this is so sad, but it's so real, is that people that want to abduct children, I'm using an extreme example right now to elicit emotion from you because I want you to understand. They are going for the kids that are vulnerable, that are quiet, that are maybe sitting by the tree, that they can tell and get a sense are passive, aren't going to scream or yell once they're picked up, and that their nature is not just different, but they are already pushed down a lot. They have low self-esteem, low self-development within them, and they don't have a high level of confidence or communication. They're more recluse. They feel invisible. Those are the kids that get targeted. And so for everything in life, we need to show and take responsibility for what about us is attracting negative things in our world. And the coach friend that mentored me, she explained the situation in this story that when she was a teenager, she got raped. She got raped repeatedly by other men, bigger men in her life. So horrific, super sad. And you would have every reason to be victim, to fall prey, to feel like it's not you, like what happened. It's just, I don't know why that happened. It could have been anybody. But the reality is her explanation of it is that it couldn't have just been anybody. That it was chosen for her, that she invited that in for a specific reason. She said what she needed to take responsibility for was what about her attracted abusive men? What about her had almost an invisible sign on top of her that said, come and abuse me and take advantage of me? A girl with no self-esteem, no self-worth, no voice, no sense of who they are is going to have people come and ransack you. The same way that if you were to have, a home with all of your doors open, all of your windows open, and a sign on your front yard that say everything's free, come in, but you don't know the sign is there, and you don't know why all the doors and windows are open because you were just born like that, you're going to have people come in and out of your home constantly, taking all your stuff until there's nothing left. And this whole theme right here is to break the confusion about potentially why things are happening the way they are in our world. It's that we are omitting our belief systems, which create and give emotion, right? If you guys sense my energy right now, my belief system is I want to help you. I want to serve you. I want you to feel empowered. I want you to feel hope. And I want you to stop getting beat down by life and I get ahead of it. I want you to win. And so if you can sense that from me in the way I'm communicating, it's because that's my belief system. That's my energy. That's what I'm attracting. And even so, I'm actually attracting people into this program that want that for themselves, that aren't just wanting a handout, but they're actually wanting a hand up. They want to get elevated. And so that's why what I do and the work we're doing is so impactful and powerful, is because one true basis level of it with God is that I'm actually attracting the right caliber of individual and people that are going to be successful in this. I don't attract people that are unsuccessful in this because of the words I communicate, because my tone, my energy, my mentality. I'm not going to allow someone to stay victim, to feel cuddled and codded. I'm going to actually empower them and help lift them up, love on you, have compassion on you. But the love of God won't just leave you as you are. It'll transform you right where you are. And that's why I believe that in this process, you're going to be super, super successful, because I know the people that I bring into my life over and over and over again are people that are growth-minded, that are ready to take responsibility, that are ready to learn, come with humility, that there's destiny and greatness on your life. I can tell those things about you, even though I don't know you, because of who I am, my beliefs, and what I'm bringing into my world. Very interesting. But a few years ago, that wasn't the case. I had a different belief systems, so I had a different aura and a different presence and a different cadence about who I was that was less sure of that than I am now. And so I wasn't always attracting the people towards me that were ready to walk that out. I was attracting people that were take it or leave it, still victim, didn't have much of a purpose or a why. And it was kind of like, I might not, because that's also how I was believing about myself. So when this coach friend of mine, this mentor, and she said that she had to take responsibility why at like 15 years old, she was raped repeatedly by other men. What she did is she said, there's a reason why our paths crossed, why they intersected, why you guys went in these same directions. So if bad things happen to you, malfunctions in business, in life, in marriage, in relationship, you've been through so many of them. Maybe you're single and you just never attract a quality girl to you ever. Or maybe you're stuck in cycles of porn. It's like there's a reason why you guys intersect, you and those events or that type of people. And so the answer here, quite if you want to get to the end, you're like, well, what do we do with this? Is that she had to work on herself as I'm working on me and you're working on you. So this process is going to help you do that. But to give you the end of her story, at least to tie that knot, is her saying that when she worked on herself and she learned her self-esteem, her worth, and her value and her capabilities on who God made her to be, what she was able to do is change all of that. So when she became older and she started to develop a career and she just started to develop more confidence, she's like, now a sexually abusive and emotionally abusive man. This is powerful. Listen to this. She said a sexually abusive and an emotionally abusive man doesn't even know she exists anymore. They do not know that she exists because she is not on their radar ever. The same way that you walk by, maybe 100 people or 1,000 people in the mall and you find your one friend because you have a prover and a bend and a familiarity of saying, oh, this is someone that I know, this is familiar, this is who I'm drawing in. Now, there is no prover for her to find an abusive man, and same with an abusive man does not have a prover, does not have a bend towards finding capable women. An abusive man or an abusive woman is always trying to find someone that's passive, that's quiet, in order for them to be dominated. And maybe that's making sense of some things for you, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is making so much sense for why I found very, very strong-willed, assertive individuals to date, or my spouse to marry. And it's because you played a role in that happening. You invited that in through the energy that you were omitting through your belief systems. And so when you understand that you can heal all of that, the end of the story becomes, now an abusive person doesn't even know I exist whatsoever. Our paths don't intersect. We are going as far as the east is from the west. I'm going this way towards health, healing, and wholeness, and they are going this way towards self-abuse, manipulation, right? Coercion. She's like, that's just not the direction of my life, so we can't intersect anymore. It just doesn't even make sense. But in order to get to this place of diverging from the patterns that you're familiar with, it might be really, really helpful for you to know for yourself what you're omitting, what you're inviting. It's a weird sense of it because you go from being the victor to all of a sudden being super responsible, but it's an empowerment place. It's a place of recognizing, okay, there's things that I'm doing that contribute to the breakdown of my life, and what I need to do is just get curious, reflect, and become self-aware and figure out what the heck is actually going on. So answer the questions below. I invite you into that journey of figuring out what energy are you omitting based on your belief systems and how you are actually attracting and inviting negative events, negative circumstance, negative experiences. And I want you to maybe even share in detail what those experiences are for you and how you played a role in it when maybe previously you didn't think you did at all. I'm sharing this with you because I love you, not because I want you to feel burdened or feel like there's something wrong. There's nothing bad about you. But when we can take stewardship over what we're omitting around us and recognizing the destructive nature of these beliefs, we're going to want to change it. We're going to be able to change it so that we can shift all of this together. I love you lots. I'll catch you in the next one.